Amsterdam Dance Event has grown and grown and grown, but it hasn't lost its core of friendship and the ability to get business done. The Amsterdam Dance Event, and I honestly believe this, is the most important and the most successful because it gets the end result, dance music conference in the world. Full stop. If you're not here, then it's your loss, because this is the place to get business done in a friendly environment and with results.
You have done some great events. The last one that blew the minds of the people was at Tomorrowland. And you had also there the role of the journalist interviewing many of your friends.
I just think it's fun to do because it presents a different view for the fans of all the artists that play there. As I wouldn't say I was being journalistic, because being journalistic,
no, it wasn't. All the interviews were like friends.
Yeah, exactly. Because as a journalist, you have a different agenda, which is sometimes you're going to disagree with people. So it's more of a friendship thing.
And how is your opinion about Tomorrowland then, and these big festivals?
Well, there's two different subjects. I mean, Tomorrowland itself was great fun. I was really surprised because obviously, you know, you have people like David Guetta there as well. And I was wondering, oh, will it work there with the artists that I have? And actually it did. And I had a great time. I really, really enjoyed it. And I'm going to be back there next year as well.
So do you think techno then is coming back?
For me, it never disappeared. Techno for me never disappeared. So for me, I can't even answer that question. It's always been around.
Yeah. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that then, and what do you think the future forms of techno? What kind of techno? It's going to be minimal? It's going to be maximal?
I think it's best not to predict, but just to do. Because if
what do you see from the demos that you get from new artists?
There's a lot of good music out there, and actually one of the good things is that it's less putting it in a box now, because before, music was always subliminally made by a lot of people before hopefully putting it out on a label, but now most labels don't really exist anymore, so they do it for themselves, and in that way that freedom has actually made techno and electro a lot wider and a lot more fun. Actually, people forget with techno that techno kind of invented production techniques for everyone else. Without techno, there would have been samplers, there wouldn't have been sequencers. Everyone was still using Pro Tools and stuff, and techno actually forced a lot of technological change, because techno was always looking forward, except for the whole thing with vinyl. But the making of techno was always about technology, and technology and techno should go hand in hand and lead the way, and they still do.
On the Amsterdam Dance Event, you get part in many of the discussion panels, and tomorrow you have this demo session. What is going to be?
It's about encouraging young producers, or even old producers that maybe haven't had a chance to get their music heard, coming up, being listened to by a variety of different people involved in the music industry. This year it's a lot of DJs, and have constructive, open discussion about their music, and maybe help the artist see where it's going wrong to someone that listens to the music, or some improvements that can be done. But it's all about encouragement. It's all about giving people the courage to go forward with their career, because it's important to have new blood in the industry.
Would you like to pinpoint some new names in the techno scene that you believe in?
I think the best way to find out about new names in the techno scene, from my perspective, is to listen to my radio show and look at my track listings, because I'm always looking for new.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about this radio show then?
It's called White Noise, and it's on certain stations, but it's also on iTunes. And it's come down from 2 hours to an hour now, because I found it difficult finding the time. But it's my bulletin board of exciting new talent, and pushing it, and hopefully using my name and people that follow me to actually listen to other people's music. And in fact, it has a strange side effect of actually appearing in many people's gym schedules for doing cycling and jogging. So it's kind of interesting too.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about your event in the Amsterdam?
Yes, I have my event at the Melkweg. I've invited over Octave One Live, Green Velvet, DJ Sneak, Blawan, Roger Gerritsen, Bear Who from Chicago is coming over to do some vocals. I've got Mr. Jones hopefully doing an hour at the end. It's sold out, and I've been doing it, I think, for 8 years now.
The last question is, I saw in the catalog that says the Netherlands and not Great Britain. So, are you resident here?
I'm resident here, yeah. I live here.
So, not more Great Britain? Why? Is it because of the music, or because of the climate? Is it because of the people?
It's definitely not because of the climate. It's because I just love living here. And this is the place that I've lived in that I've been the happiest. I'm not one for living in the countryside. It doesn't really work for me. I lived in Brighton almost all my life, and I couldn't really grow there. I couldn't ever think about living in London because it's just too big. And I love living here. It's a special place. I can't explain why it works for me, but it just does, and I'm very, very happy.